The idea is a very simple one, and the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day you're trying to become better, and it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
What is up, y'all? So I am now at work, but I wanted to make a quick video. Let's see how that does. It's not fully sitting in my phone holder, but it's sitting enough. So I'm obviously not driving, I'm just parked. But yeah, y'all, so it's just been a stressful weekend, I guess, or I guess one day. Some stuff happens besides the car, but that's like stuff I'm not gonna say because like personal stuff, but personal stuff that I want to put out there. But excuse me, jeez. I didn't really eat today. I didn't really eat today. It's not even that I'm fasting or anything, which I try to do like once or twice a week to fast, but it's not even that I was fasting today. It's just that I couldn't physically eat anything because of just the stress from this situation. Pretty much the transmission got worse. I was driving back from Philly, visit my girl for the weekend, and it's just driving worse. And when you put it in certain gears, like you put it in drive or reverse or park, it clanks now. Like it actually clanks when it goes into gear, when it never did that before. And it's not the fluids, it's not the filter, like the transmissions, like it's none of that, because I got that all checked. I made sure they checked everything when I took it in, because if I go to pay that diagnostic fee, which y'all know the story about that, but if I was gonna pay that, like that's my thing, I'm gonna check every single thing. They did a multi-point inspection. They checked everything, so it's not the filters, not the fluids. Like I even had that checked before I took it there. I was like, when I got my last oil change, I told the guy I know who works at Goodyear, I was like, yo, I was like, just check everything, make sure everything's good. So it's not that, it's transmission, but it's literally like, it's just driving worse. And I was already, like last night, like yesterday, there was some stuff that happened, and I was driving back home, and I mostly drove in silence, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want anybody bothering me. I was just trying to be in my thoughts, just trying to get that time to myself, just kind of just be in my thoughts, like I said. But funny thing is, like, this is funny. I'm driving home, trying to just meditate a little bit as I'm driving and just kind of be in my thoughts. And it was kind of hard to do that because the car was driving funny as I was driving home, trying to, like, one of the big stresses that I have right now with the car, I'm trying to like just calm my mind and stuff like that. Just it was active as I was trying. That's why I say it's funny. Like, it's not really funny, but it's funny. It's like ironic. It's like it's funny. All I did was laugh, honestly. I was like, yo, this is hilarious. I'm just trying my hardest not to take my frustration on other people. Like, I'm really learning, which I really wanted to do it one day. It was like the day that what happened? I forgot, it was when my car was still in the shop or if I got it back. But there was one day I came to work, and one of my coworkers, I told him, I was like, yo, it's one of those days, man, but I gotta keep that outside. I gotta keep the stress about the stress that's not about work out of work. You know what I mean? Because with my job, the people who call in on my job and stuff like that, they have nothing to do with what I'm doing with, so why would I take it on them? You know what I mean? But I'm really putting it into practice. There's only really one day I really had to like put that in my head, because the other days I was really fine. But yeah, I had to put that in my head, and it was, today's gonna be another one of those days where I had to put it in practice to keep the stress of outside of work stress outside of work. You know what I mean? Like, keep that outside of work. When I'm by myself in the office the last hour or so, then I can probably think on it and like try to meditate a little bit on it and stuff like that, like my last hour at work. But from like most of my shift, I just gotta, you know, push through with that. And when I was talking about the other day with the dent on my water bottle, it's literally right there. Hopefully y'all can see. Yeah, right there. Honestly, this camera, like, I know Samsung always had better cameras than the iPhone, but to see it firsthand is crazy. Especially like with the phone folded, like I can actually, like, this is crazy. Obviously, when I'm driving, the phone can be open, so I'm going to be using the front-facing camera like I usually do when I record videos. But when I'm sitting somewhere and just like talking like this, I can have the phone folded and use the main phone camera to record. That's why the quality is so much better. Well, the front-facing camera quality in general is better than the one on my iPhone. At least I think personally. Like, brother Mike said it's a lot better. Y'all can let me know if it's better or not. I might do a poll or something. But like, yo, what you guys think? Compare the quality, and stuff. And I try to make the bit rate kind of high, so that the quality would translate properly after exporting it in the video app and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll just, or maybe in this video, who knows? Maybe I'll just upload it straight away, without putting it through VN or Splice, or whatever app I decide to use. For those of y'all who are curious, I use one or two phone apps when I record my phone. I use, if I'm recording like from my front-facing camera, and it's like the long police helicopter. If I'm using the front-facing camera and my phone's long way, I use VN, because VN works with those types of videos way better than Splice. But if I'm using a normal video and the phone's like horizontal, I always mix those two up, vertical and horizontal. I'm pretty sure it's horizontal. Then I use Splice, because that's just a better video app for that. Just for like regular like video stuff, I use that. On my computer, I mainly use Premiere Pro. If I'm on Linux, which I try to use Linux like as my main operating system as much as possible. If I'm on Linux, I use DaVinci Resolve. I'm still trying to learn how to use it, because I pretty much, like, obviously I'm not like a professional or anything like that, but like I know how to use Sony Vegas Pro. I used that for years. Premiere Pro, I learned in college. I mean, I was already like dabbling for a little bit, but it's kind of confusing to me. And then in college, I took a video class for like 2 years or 2 semesters, and we used Premiere Pro in that. So I learned a lot more how to use it from there, and then plus it was experience after that. DaVinci Resolve, I'm learning with that, but at some point I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I was literally making something to eat earlier, and I couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat it. I don't know. I was just that stressed I couldn't eat. So I just threw it out. Like, it wasn't even done making. I just threw it out. But it wasn't much. Like, I know you're like, why are you wasting food? You know, like especially like, no. It was like, I started making something. It was like something small, anyways, because I was already feeling like I was gonna eat it, so I made something very, very small, and I didn't even finish. I just threw it out. So it wasn't anything big or anything like that. So, but yeah, man, I gotta figure what to do, because I have no money for, a down payment for like when if I trade in this car, I'm already gonna have negative equity depending on how much the next car is, which obviously I would try to aim for a car that's worth less than this one. One, to get a lower monthly payment, because I'm gonna have to make a monthly payment because it is what it is. But I want to get a lower monthly payment than what I was paying for this, and I want the negative equity to be like not much, you know what I mean? Or if I was to sell it secondhand, I mean, it's kind of not really difficult, but it's kind of weird when you sell a car you're making payments on to someone else, because they basically pay the full asking price or whatever, and then you gotta like pay how much you owe left in the car with that, and the difference you take that by car, I guess. And then once you get the title from the bank, you gotta like sign over time. I don't even know how that works. That's why I'm like, it's kind of confusing. I don't have like no money for the down payment or anything like that, but I gotta do something because this transmission is getting worse, and I'm not paying thousands of dollars to fix it on a car that's 5 years old, which is crazy. And the person that I said that kind of forced my hand to get a car to dealership and stuff, you know, offhand, like a Facebook Marketplace, whatever, the person who forced my hand, I got into an argument with them this morning. Well, not this morning, this afternoon, like 2 hours ago, because right now it's 3:22. About 2 hours ago, I got into an argument with them because they're really trying to push me to like make this big fuss at the dealership, saying a bunch of RAV4 owners are having issues they're having the same exact issue as me, and the 2019 models got like a recall for like, not recall, but like they got a service bulletin for them and they got fixed, and the rest of the years happened. And I was telling them, I was like, the reason why that happens because the 2019 owners, people who got the car that year, I think the car was new at that time, when they got that year, they did a class action lawsuit. Like a bunch of people came together and did a class action lawsuit against Toyota, which made Toyota fix the issue. I was like, if I go over to the dealership, first of all, I paid for the warranty and I'm paying every month for this car. I'm like, why do I have to make a fuss over this when I'm paying? Like, that's just the audacity thing. But also, it's like, why do I have to make why did they make a fuss about it for something to not happen? I'm gonna go over there, I'm like, yo, you gotta fix it because this, and then the third, and then they're just gonna say nothing is wrong with it. Like, they tried everything and nothing's wrong with it. That's what they say, because obviously I'm driving and it's worse. And even if that, like, I'm probably gonna have to pay to fix it because I already paid for them to try one thing and then that didn't work. So, you know, I'm just done with the car. Before I said, I don't know what I'll do with the car. Like, if God wants me to keep it and fix it, like if they figure something out and they fix it while I'm paying extra or anything like that, then cool. If God wants to get someone else, then cool. Before I said that, but now it's like, this is so like frustrating that I'm just like, yo, I don't want this car anymore. So I'm gonna get rid of it. This is, again, it's been a great car to me. Like, besides the transmission issue, it's been great. It's just does the regular oil change. When it's doing stuff like that, the gas has been pretty good for the most part. Like, it's been a good car. It's been a good SUV. You know, my girl moved twice, like 2 different apartments, and I used this to move her stuff. Like, it's like the trunk space is great, but it gets to a point, man. You know what I mean? And me and this person got in an argument and stuff, and then they said they never forced my hand to do it, and then I literally quoted them what they told me at the time. I literally quoted back to them, and then that's all of a sudden they're like, you know, they don't remember saying that, but there is a good chance they did say that. And at that point, it was just, that's pretty much how I ended, and I haven't talked to them. I haven't talked to them since, you know what I mean? I haven't talked to them since that happened. But yeah, man, I just don't know what to do. I've been praying about it, and it's been stressful, you know what I mean? It's been stressful, but anyways, I gotta go into work, so I will talk to y'all later, man. But there and out. Peace.